All right, so let's talk some transfer portal because the Oklahoma Sooners are going after some big time targets in the transfer portal. One specifically that just entered last night, and it's one that we got to talk about. We got to break down because the insiders are already talking about this guy potentially landing at Oklahoma. And let me tell you, this is a guy that could be an absolute star for Oklahoma in the backfield. Before we do it, though, as always, I want to hear from y'all. So join the discussion, jump in the comments below, and let me know what you guys think. Does Oklahoma land this player out of the transfer portal? And of course, today we're going to be talking about Jaden Au. And yeah, the insiders, especially with On3, they're already liking Oklahoma's chances here with the former four-star running back that ended up committing to the Cal Bears. Now, interesting note here, right? So he committed to Cal, played in the ACC, took a total of 6 official visits to schools like Colorado, Wisconsin, USC, BYU. But when you look at his offer sheet, although he only had like 18 total offers, he had Oregon on there, Georgia, Nebraska. You had USC, Utah, you had Colorado, Arizona. So you had some Power 4 schools that wanted him outside of the Cal Bears, who traditionally don't strike you as a big-time school for running backs, but they do turn out good running backs. I mean, you all remember Marshawn Lynch driving around the golf cart around the football field, right? No, but the Oklahoma Sooners getting in with Jaden Au, or at least that's what it seems from the outside looking in. So what would Jaden Au bring to Oklahoma? And does the Oklahoma Sooners currently have room for a guy like Jaden Au? Because you got Gavin Sawchuk, you've got Javonte Barnes, you have Sam Franklin, Taylor Tatum, Xavier Robinson, Andy Bass. The running back room for Oklahoma is loaded. Now, obviously, the story over the past couple of years with the running back room is it hasn't been consistent. Guys haven't been able to stay healthy and be on the field. And when they are on the field, it's really hard to find that one breakout star outside of Xavier Worthy in the last couple of games for you last season. And Jaden Au, although he got hurt last year, the previous 2 seasons at Cal, this guy was a star in the making. Let's just take a look at his stats right here so you guys can see what I mean by this. He'll have 2 years of eligibility left, by the way. He's an upcoming junior. So he's going to have 2 years of eligibility with the Oklahoma Sooners. In 2022, he had 170 carries for 897 yards and 8 touchdowns. Pretty good freshman year. 46 receptions for 321 receiving yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. Again, pretty good freshman year. And working his way up into All-American talks. In 23, 245 carries, 1,305 yards, 12 total touchdowns, and on the receiving end, 26 receptions for 2 total receiving touchdowns. Now remember, in 24, he got hurt. But before he got hurt, 116 carries, 385 yards, 4 touchdowns. Receiving end, 24 receptions, 222 yards, 1 touchdown. So Jaden Au being a 6 foot, 210-pound running back, this is a guy that's going to play. This is a guy that converts to Oklahoma and plays right away and makes an impact in this room, especially with the uncertainty this room's been able to give you over the past couple of years. Now, again, with the room being so deep, you might be asking, well, where is the room going to come from? Like, or we're not just going to add another running back and not have one go to the portal. I'm telling you, you should expect at least 1 running back in this room to hit the transfer portal, maybe 2. And the names might seem shocking at first, but after you sit back and you think about it, they probably won't shock you too much. And we're not out here to break the news of who's going to hit the transfer portal, so you guys will just have to wait and see when they actually make those announcements themselves. But here's the deal. When you look at Jaden Au and you watch what he did at Cal, he's a dynamic back. He's a guy that runs hard. He plays a very physical style of ball, kind of like what you've seen with Javonte Barnes. So think about a Javonte Barnes type of back, but with Gavin Sawchuk type of breakaway speed. That's what you're getting with Jaden Au. And basically you're taking 2 of the better backs in your room that you've had really high hopes for, and you're meshing them into one. Now, Jaden Au's going to get offers from other schools across the country. Let's not just act like this is a sign and deliver deal for Oklahoma. You would imagine Georgia will come back knocking again. Lincoln Riley out at USC will probably come knocking. And other schools, maybe like a Texas or other schools that need running back depth, will end up coming knocking on Jaden Aut's door because he is going to be, if not the best portal player, one of the top 5 portal players in this cycle. Now, I did want to take a look at Jaden Aut's grades because remember, we talk a lot about grades on this channel when we look at players, especially in the transfer portal. What did the experts think about Jaden Au? Well, outside of being a pass blocker, and I'm looking at his best year in 23, back when we're talking preseason All-American type of honors, Jaden Au, although he wasn't the best pass blocker, you started to see him towards the end of the season really start to put it together. And remember, he plays in the ACC. So it's not like he's playing scrub teams. He's playing decent competition. ACC is just maybe a step up above Big 12. So you kind of know how that translates. Remember, Clemson and those teams, they compete for national championships. So as a runner, he's in the high greens all the time. And so you look at that and you say, if that translates, that plays. Run or pass blocking has a little, or run blocking, he has a little bit of area to improve, but still not bad. Offensive graded overall, I don't think you can get any better player out of the transfer portal. Jaden Au is somebody that even Jim Nagy, all the way back on July 6th of 2024, was intrigued by. Look at the timestamp down here. July 6th of 2024. And he even said, love Jaden Au, stayed at Cal, and continued a low-key tradition of NFL backs like Marshawn Lynch, Javid Best, Shane Viren, J.J. Arrington, and Justin Forsett. It's so damn pretty when the at Jaden Au opens that stride. Get ready, ACC. So Jim Nagy had the heads up on this before anybody else. So I want Oklahoma fans, when we wonder what value Jim Nagy as a general manager is going to bring to Oklahoma, this is it right here. Jim Nagy had the heads up really before most other big-time programs would have had a heads up on this guy. This is what Jim Nagy did for a living. Finding the diamonds in the rough that a lot of people might have overlooked and inviting them to the Senior Bowl. No doubt in my mind, Jaden Au would have gotten an invite to the Senior Bowl down the road if Jim Nagy was still there. So, Sooner Nation, I want to hear from y'all because this could be a big-time development if Oklahoma can land Jaden Au in the transfer portal. But I didn't hear y'all's thoughts. So make sure you guys join the discussion. Jump in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and you hit that subscribe button.